Hola, Español 1 y muy buenos días a todos y todas. Hoy es el 26 de mayo y deseo a todos ustedes un muy buen día. Yo no sé por qué, pero tengo aquí mi bufanda, pero no sé por qué, porque hace mucho calor, ¿no? Madre mía. Necesito una piscina, una alberca. I need a pool. Porque hace mucho calor. Pero aquí tengo conmigo y les presento a la señorita Street. Qué sorpresa, ¿no? Bueno, chicos, muy buenos días y empezamos. Hoy tenemos para la lección la gramática de los números ordinales. Números ordinales son en inglés ordinal numbers. Entonces en inglés es como decir first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and tenth. Bueno, en español ustedes van a ver los números ordinales y pues en la página 258. Pero aquí están. Vamos. Bueno, en inglés, let's talk about these in English a little bit, you guys. So to talk about when you want to say like the first person, the second class of the day, the third person in the lineup, the fourth story, etc., etc. These would be your ordinal numbers in Spanish. So we're going to say them out loud. Vamos a pronunciarlas en voz alta, ustedes conmigo or después, y bueno, vamos. Primero, first, we have first. Repitan, primero, primera. Segundo, segunda. Make sure you're saying these, you guys, por favor. Tercero, tercera. Octavo, octava. Quinto, quinta. Y aquí tenemos for sixth, sexto, sexta. Séptimo, séptima. Octavo, octava. Noveno, novena. Décimo, décima. Bueno, you guys can all see that there are masculine and feminine versions. That shouldn't surprise you, porque así es español. That's how Spanish goes, right? Y los idiomas románticos, no, the Romance languages. Bueno, the thing about ordinal numbers, you guys, they actually function as adjectives, like the first person, the second teddy bear, the third month. They function as adjectives, but they actually are placed before the noun. So please try to remember that. Y aquí tengo unas excepciones. There's a couple of exceptions to this primero, primera, etc. when you have the O or the A at the end. So there's always exceptions in Spanish, right? Just to make things a little more interesting, a little more colorful. So here we go. Here's the exceptions. Primero and tercero. So the masculine form of first and third, only these two, just first and third. It doesn't happen to second and fourth and fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. What happens is you drop the O on the end of it. The primero, you drop it and you get primer. And tercero, you would drop the O and get tercer. And you only drop this when they're coming right before a masculine singular noun. You don't do it otherwise. It's a little weird, right? So if I wanted to say January is the first month of the year and March is the third month of the year, third month, the word mes, this word right here, mes, el mes, it's a masculine word, right? So it's a masculine singular noun, month. So if you wanted to say January is the first month, enero es el primer mes. In other words, you don't say primero mes, you just drop the O, primer mes. Y marzo es el tercer mes. Again, because month is still masculine, you drop the O. Instead of saying tercero mes, it's just tercer. It only happens when it's before a masculine singular noun. So if it's before a feminine singular noun, like it's the third, maybe homework assignment we have, es la tercera tarea. Or the first homework assignment, es la primera tarea. So because those are feminine anyway, they're not affected because you can see it's only when it's primero masculine and tercero masculine do you drop the O right before a singular masculine noun. And remember, these go before the noun. Don't forget that. Bueno, unos ejemplos. Entonces, if I were going to count the fingers on my hand, I think I have 10. Creo que tengo 10. The word for dedo, word for finger is el dedo. It's masculine. So if I were counting this way, I don't know why, I would say, es el primer dedo. Because masculine, singular, dedo, you'd have to say primer instead of primero. Segundo dedo. Tercer dedo, you'd have to do it there too because it's the third. Cuarto dedo. Quinto dedo. Here's my sixth. Sexto dedo, even though it's really a thumb, but hey, whatever. Séptimo dedo. Octavo dedo. Noveno dedo. Décimo dedo. Bueno. Otro ejemplo, if we were doing flowers, now the word for flower is flor, many of you guys know that. Interestingly, flor ends in a consonant, so it's not flora, although that word exists too, but that's like flora and fauna, la flora y la fauna. But if you're talking about a flower, es una flor, or la flor. So we're going to count these, and I want you to do this with me. So if you wanted to say this is the first flower I have up, we'll just count this whole thing as one flower. You would say es la, the first flower, la primera flor. Now these are feminine, so you don't have to worry about taking off an O at the end because there's no O to start with. La primera flor. Bueno, para ustedes, tengo aquí, let's count these three here. La segunda flor, la tercera flor, y la cuarta flor. We're not going to count this little guy yet because he's not quite a flor. He's almost there. Bueno. La quinta flor. Y es una rosa, ¿no? No, it's a carnation, sorry. Es la quinta flora. Flor, la quinta flor. That was my bad mistake right there. Bueno, let's do la sexta flor, la séptima flor, what would be the eighth? La octava flor. Right? La novena flor. Here's your ninth flower of the day. Hola, hola. La novena flor. And then I do have for you, finally, a rose, a real rose. Una rosa verdadera. Es una poquito marchita. It's a little weathered. Let's take that guy off and just pretend he wasn't there. Sorry. Should have better rosas para ustedes. La décima flor. Your 10th flower. Basically, that's how it works, you guys. Bastante fácil. Esta semana el video es súper corto, menos de 9 minutos. En inglés, we say a couple things really quickly because you know I always stick office hours things in here real quickly. First of all, las horas de oficina, office hours today a las 2:30 at 2:30. If you want to show up, it's optional, es opcional. Just a quick plug, I updated a lot of grades. I actually didn't do it till last night. I was going to do it earlier, but it wasn't till last night. And many of your grades have taken a bit of a dive, in some cases a big dive, because there's a few things that some of you guys don't have in. And again, if you're just missing a couple of things, especially if it's a big ticket item, like there was a 45-point assignment recently, and that was La Casa, either doing a house tour like I did, La Casa, un video de la casa, or the house layout, right? The bird's eye view of La Casa. It's not hard to do, just take some time. And if you don't have that in, it really affected your grade. So make sure you get those things in, because now we have a new set of homework to go that'll be due next week. I'm going to lighten up a little bit on you this week to try to give you a chance to catch up. So please, a few of you have been really remiss, just a few of you, about doing almost anything. And I need you guys. I've called a lot of you guys. I've talked to you, emailed you. Please, you want to get a passing grade. You guys can do this. Si se puede. Si se puede. You can do it. Everybody can do it. And if you're feeling overwhelmed again, just take a deep breath. Respiren profundamente. Breathe in, breathe out. You can do it. Si se puede. Just chop away at things one at a time. Okay? Muy, muy bien. Los echo de menos. I still miss you. I still love you. Los quiero como siempre. Y hasta el próximo martes o miércoles. See you next Tuesday or Wednesday. And we're almost there, you guys. Muy pocos días. We have very few days left in the school year. You can do it. Si se puede. Hasta luego. I lied. It's over 9 minutes. 9:45. Lo siento. Sorry.